Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hi, and welcome to Christmas Time in the City. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are a couple days away from the big day, so I wanted to come check out Midtown Manhattan and see how the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is looking. So let's go have a walk, shall we?
God bless you. What's up, man?
I'm doing good.
You rapping? Let me rap with you.
I'm all right. So as you can see, we're pretty busy here today. I know him. Your best bet is to not engage with anyone dressed as Santa Claus normally out here, unless they're in a sanctioned area. You're best ignoring them, because I will probably ask you for money after you talk to them. Let's come over here for 1 second. I want to talk about one thing before we go any further. So here we are at Rockefeller Center. This is 30 Rockefeller Center, Comcast building, GE building. It's gone by many names. It is 30 Rockefeller Plaza as well. Rockefeller Center is made up of 19 different buildings. It started at much less, but as it expanded, it grew and grew and grew. And now across the street on 6th Avenue, you'll also see buildings that are also part of Rockefeller Center. But I want to talk about this building right here. Magnolia Bakery. Magnolia Bakery, and on the other side of Rockefeller Center at 50th over here, you'll see another townhouse looking structure that doesn't quite fit in with the rest of what's going on over here at Rockefeller Center. This is what you would call a real estate holdout. Back when they were building Rockefeller Center, they had more or less purchased all the property in the area, except for a few different buildings that were being held out to make more money. One of them being right here, the southwest corner of Rockefeller Plaza. Magnolia Bakery used to be a bar called Hurley's, and they actually were, it's a funny story, they actually said they would spend $100 million to sell the property. Rockefeller Center said no way. They continued to build it. Now, the building that Magnolia Bakery is in is completely detached from Rockefeller Center. It doesn't share the same address or anything else. It's just its own complete building here. Like I said, on the other side, there's another townhouse, very similar situation. A lot of SNL alumni and a lot of people that worked in Rockefeller Center came to Hurley's to drink afterwards. So there was no animosity, at least by the people that worked in the building. And now I'm sure that they could get so much money. It's ridiculous for having Magnolia in there. I'm not even sure what they have on at the next 4 floors up. I don't know. Anyway, let's go take a look and see how the Christmas tree over at Rockefeller Center is looking. So we're crossing 5th Avenue now.
Watch your step.
The city's been doing a lot of these open street things here, even before the pandemic, just to kind of keep things a little bit more open and less congested, which has been really great because you can kind of just walk through the street and check out all the fun stuff that's going on. So 30 Rock has one of my favorite observation decks. Although there are several other ones now that I haven't been to yet, but I'm sure they probably are a little bit better. But I'm partial to this one. It's really fun to go up and take a look at top of the rock. The observation deck up there. It's also the Rainbow Room, which I've never been to. It's more of a banquet hall. I think they have a restaurant up there as well. And then Fao Schwartz. Fao Schwartz has been all over the place in Manhattan. I'm most familiar with it being up across from the plaza at 59th Street. But it's been revived after it was shut down. And now it is here in the old NBC studio store. It was something else as well after that, I don't recall, but that's what it is now. I believe the temperature is about 35 degrees currently. I think it's about 6 p.m. as well. Could be mistaken. And the time, it's too cold for me to grab my phone. And as we come through the corner here, the big reveal, that's a big treat. And I can confirm after watching the season finale of Hawkeye, the tree is still here. It has not been toppled over by marksman archers. And this is about as close as it looks like they're letting people get to it this year. So, pretty interesting. Let's do our best to navigate this huge crowd.
Yes. Okay.
One of the things we like to talk about in our podcast, if you haven't listened to our podcast, my wife and I have a podcast about New York City and Christmas. I like to talk about other things you can do in the city in addition to going to Rockefeller Center. We do a pretty good job of it in the past, but some people still just love being here. So there's huge crowds. 2 blocks away, there's probably nothing. So in our last episode of the podcast, we talked about these chalets. These are more or less open to the public. There's no reservation. All you have to do is bring food from one of the restaurants downstairs to eat inside. Warm little space to... No thanks, man. So here's another, I didn't record him, but monks aren't trying to sell you beaded bracelets in New York City. So if people do try to do that, it's not a real monk. Let's see how close we can get. I don't know how much closer we are going to get to this. There it is. Playing some Sister Christian. I don't mind getting a copyright claim for that. Night Ranger. And so we're not going to go any further than this today. Probably another video will give it a shot. But it's obviously just the craziest time of year to come here. So. Can't stay there and miss the traffic, sorry. So let's continue on and see what's going over at 5th Avenue, or 6th Avenue. I'm sorry, 5th Avenue. I get totally backed up where I am right now. We are approaching 5th Avenue, one of the most famous shopping streets in all of the world. Saks Fifth Avenue does a huge light display on the side of their building right across from the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. Let's watch a little bit of it, unless we just missed it. Somebody's FaceTiming with their mom or somebody. I don't want to hear their convo, so let's move up here a little bit. And there you go. So, Saks Fifth Avenue wishes you a very Merry Christmas. So that's it. There's a lot going on here. Rockefeller Center. Fairly busy. I've seen it much, much busier, so that's any indication. Let's pop right over here before we end this video. Come over this side. Go give it one more shot. Look at the tree. And the tree is up past Christmas as well, so you can come on well into January. Not well into January, but you can come in the first week or two of January and definitely see the tree. Which is another thing you can do if you want to, and kind of extend the Christmas season a little bit. And there she is again, 79-foot Norway spruce from New Hampshire, I believe. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy this sort of content. Just because the season's almost over doesn't mean we're done. We have a Christmas Carol video coming out very shortly, if not already out. And we also have a bunch of winter in New York City videos planned, so you can see once the snow falls how it looks. It's also way less crowded, which is way more fun to record in. So until next time, I'm Chris, and this is Christmas Time in the City.
This is the last stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train. Thank you for riding with
Christmas Time in the City.